congratulations, you're a semi-finalist here at the World Matchplay. How does that sound?
It only took 3 years to actually win one game in the semi-final. Yeah, look, if I want to win this title, I have to win the hard way. Like Ross Smith, European champion, MVG 3-time world champion, and Gizzy 1-time world champion. Now I've got one of my close friends, Luke, 1-time world champion. Yeah, so if you want to win this title, you have to beat the best.
During that game, there was a period where you went through the gears. At that point, getting that lead, did you feel that you had him?
The fourth break, yeah, because the first three, it was very, very nip and tug. I went 3-2, 3-2, he went 3-2. It was very, very close. His finishing was good at points. But when I seen the start that his turn average, or not his average, sorry, his percentage at doubles was 70, I went, well, you need to wake up, Josh, because you know how dodgy sometimes your doubles is and isn't. So I think when I seen that percentage that he was 70%, I went, you need to hit your doubles every time, and I did.
How important was it for you to back up the Michael van Gerwen performance? Because we've seen players over the years lose to Phil, Michael and so on, and then not produce in the next round. How important was that for you?
Yeah, well, obviously I played better than I did against MVG. It was a longer format, so if you're averaging 104 in a best first to 16 format, it's not easy to do. So, but I don't know why I felt more relaxed against Gezi, because I think I knew what he's been doing all year compared to MVG, which isn't like MVG. Everybody knows he's 3-time world champion for no reason. So I think when I played Michael, I felt under more pressure because I didn't know what Michael was going to turn up, and Michael did turn up. I obviously got the win in the end, but I knew what Gizzy was going to turn out the way he's been playing this year, and I'm just grateful that I played my game.
We saw when Johnny Clayton won the World Cup for the first time, he went on this incredible run of picking up TV titles. It's smile on your face says it all. Do you, after your World Cup win, do you feel on that same path, and do you now feel unbeatable on that stage, the confidence that you've got from lifting that
Well,
title?
2 years ago when we sat here in the semi-final of the match play compared to now, so it must be obviously getting your just getting that first TV major out the road. I know it's not ranking, but at the same time you still won on TV, especially on Sky Sports, which is, I think everybody looks at as the main priority. So yeah, I just hope, obviously, well, not hope, I know my ability, what I can do, but at the same time I'm only 24 years of age.
Cheers, Josh, thank you.
Thank you.
Josh, well played tonight. For a lot of that game, you had a bit of a buffer over Gezi with 2 or 3 legs. How important has it got towards the end of the game was it to make sure that he didn't close that buffer and things like nerves come into the equation?
Yeah, I gave him a couple of chances. Had 68, missed double 4, and I missed double 4 again, and he's hitting his doubles at that time. So I was very happy the tops didn't let me down. I think I missed it once out the whole game, so I was very chuffed with that performance at tops. So yeah, but if he's scoring for show, doubles for dough, that's the way I look at it.
We talked the other day about Gezi on stage, the celebrations and the emotions and how you sort of feed off that and react to that. We didn't see much emotion on stage from Gezi and you. Do you think it's something he was thinking about?
I kept it in, and I will agree with you. I think he was keeping it in because he knew we've played each other quite a few times this year. Obviously in the Pro Tour you can't give emotion because it's in an enclosure environment, whereas on the stage you can. And I think he's probably, I don't know if he has, but I think he's seen my interview and he's like, oh, I know what Josh can do. As soon as I give it a big, then he's going to feed off that. He gave it twice and I backed up straight away. When he gave it twice I won the leg after that. So I was shocked he didn't give it as much as he did, but I don't know if he felt, well, because he doesn't feel pressure, but I think he just knew that I was in front. There was no point in doing it until he was in front if he got that position, but he didn't. So obviously, thankfully, that didn't happen.
I guess the position you were in, you were kind of keeping him quiet with all that.
Yeah, but I didn't. Well, I knew he was playing the way I can, but as again, I don't think it was averaging 104. I thought it was averaging a ton. The way he did, it was like it was consistent, but I kept hitting a couple of silly scores and stuff like that. But yeah, but you're playing the best players in the world, you have to turn up.
And you quite a lengthy chat with Gezi at the end there. What did he have to say to you?
Me and Gizzy got on absolutely fantastic. He proper squeezed me and said, Josh, well done son, you played absolutely fantastic, and I really, really wish you win this tournament because you deserve to win this tournament. And like, my heart went into my mouth for a second when he said that, but yeah, he said a lot of nice words. Thank you.
Josh, in terms of singles wins you've had in your career, where does this one rank?
I've had quite a few encounters with Gezi, but I wouldn't say it's up there with the best because of the World Cup and stuff, but individually I think I've had better
Luke Littler in the semi-finals. If you both play like you have been, do you think we could see an all-time classic?
Well, that's the plan. I bet if I look at my phone when I go back, it'll text me and say I'll see you in the semi-final, boy, because me and Littler are very, very close. Not a lot of people know that, but we are.
This is your first meeting in televised competition. What do you feel the key is to beating Luke over this distance?
It's our first meeting in any PDC scenario, so I'm expecting him to hit everything, and hopefully I hit everything, and we'll see who the winner is.
Cheers, Josh.
Josh, well done on that win there. Like Jay said, it's your first meeting with Luke next. We asked him how you became friends, and he couldn't quite remember. So, how did you become friends?
Well, the first time we met was actually in Clarny before I won my tour card. Everybody heard of him because he was in Lakeside and stuff like that, and I actually beat him 4-2 in that scenario. But in the short format, it means nothing, and obviously it was in the WDF where you start from, and I would say when he won his tour card, and because we're in the same age bracket, well, obviously I'm 6 years older, but at the same time he's matured a lot, and we talk nearly every day.
How hard is it when you're playing in such a big tournament with one of the biggest titles in darts, and you're playing one of your close friends up there? Does it make it more difficult to prepare and go into that match?
It can do, but I'm hoping it doesn't, because the two of us know how we can play. We can both win any tournament when we're on our day, but sometimes when close friends come into the scenario, it can be difficult, but hopefully tomorrow for the two of us, it doesn't.
Well done tonight, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just on that, Josh, Stephen Bunyan and Nathan Aspinall were also very close with him. They both received quite a bit of criticism at the World Championship for kind of passing it over to Luke and maybe taking the pressure off him a bit. Is that something you're wary of going into it tomorrow?
No. As I said, I think tomorrow, obviously, Luke will be in his room and I'll be in my room, but as I said, if I go to my phone and he said I'll see you in the semi-final, boy, that's exactly what I'll get. But no, I'm not feeling any pressure, and he obviously clearly doesn't feel any pressure at all. So I think, personally, between the two of us, it'll be fireworks tomorrow.
So you won't be afraid to give it large if there is a big check out there?
Oh well, I'll give it large if I know I'm well ahead. I'm not like that. Everybody knows that. So if I'm a good bit ahead and I feel it needs to be done, I'll do it. If I'm still ahead and there's no need to do it, there's no need to do it.
Josh, if I can take you back to the Grand Slam a couple of years ago, James Wade. You had him in a similar position to what you had Gezi tonight, but obviously that went wrong. What was the main difference in between those two matches?
Manufacturing, and back then I think I was a wee bit scared of learning how to win, whereas I'm not now. I want to win and I'll feed off winning. Whereas back then I was like, oh, I'm going to the semi-final of the Grand Slam, whereas now I've had the UK Open semi-final, won the World Cup and all that, I'm not scared to win now.
And keeping the theme on James Wade, if you do win this tournament, you'll beat James Wade's record as the youngest matchplay champion.
Well, so will that there. So one of the two of us is going to be in the final anyway, so obviously, fingers crossed it's me. Obviously he's saying fingers crossed for him too, so yeah, one of us is going to be the youngest matchplay champion.
Josh, congratulations. If you're a musical opposite to the Rocky Horror Show, that's going to be it. You were absolutely phenomenal tonight. Did you feel confident all day?
Yeah, I felt very confident all day. I went to the sauna, the swimming pool and the jacuzzi, and funny enough, Gizzy was there too, and I looked at him when I done that, I went, I'll see you tonight. Obviously it's just as a joke because me and Gizzy are very, very friendly, and he done the exact same thing back, so yeah, you have to believe in your game. If you don't believe in your game, there's no point of being here.
Mentioned last time we spoke here a couple of years ago, obviously you had difficulty with your management and your manufacturer. How much do you attribute this now to Gary Plummer, Tiger and obviously Rab, what you're doing now?
The best thing that's ever happened to me. As soon as obviously everything was done and dusted, especially Rabbi helped me out so much mentally, and as soon as obviously Rab was a part of Target and the call up that Gary wanted me from Target, I was like, happy days. When I was a young kid at 12, I always wore a Target shirt anyway, and I went, one day I'd love to be sponsored by Target. Never known I'd have the career I have now at the minute, and then when I got that phone call that Gary wanted me, I was a wee bit emotional.
I mean, World Cup winner, you're playing great darts, you're in the semi-final match play, you're going to walk an advert for getting married.
Everybody get married. Well, ever since I got married, everything's changed, and it's been the best things ever happened to me. So, a father of 2 kids and married in January, you can't ask for any better than that.
Congratulations, all the best in
Thank
the
you.
tomorrow.